I am very excited to have Razvan Chirodea here with me today because he's the first person that I am interviewing on the Financial Freedom System podcast. And we're doing this live as well on YouTube. And I couldn't have asked for a better guest, to be honest. These are some three things that I want to highlight right now. Razvan went from being broke in a job to building a multi-six-figure online business. He now has his own online academy where he helps people also build a six-figure affiliate marketing and coaching business, which is what I am interested in. And that's why I wanted to have him as a guest on our podcast. And he recently did a live training showing people how to add an extra $2,000 to $3,000 per week to their income with affiliate marketing, get 30 to 40 qualified leads per day, build a six-figure business online in 6 to 12 months, and earn prizes worth upwards of $135,000 in assets, in cars, in real estate, in bonuses with affiliate marketing. After that introduction, I know that this conversation is going to bring one that brings you tons of value. And Razvan, thanks for being here. How are you doing?
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to be here on this podcast. If I would have not got the training that you are talking about, I would have asked you now, where is the link? Take my credit card out and just get right into it. So thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Awesome. I really appreciate that as well. I want to jump into it. I don't want to give any banter that's not related to what we're here to talk about today.
Let's go.
And I kind of see a few subjects, affiliate marketing being one of them, and then also how to build and create and grow your online business. So my first question, you have a successful online business now. Is this something that you always knew that you wanted to do?
That's a very good question. No. The straight answer is no. The straight answer is no, because what I always wanted to do was to become a professional football player. I played football for 15 years in the national team in 3 different countries, and this was my biggest dream. And with 23, I always went through injuries. I couldn't sustain the performance consistently, and eventually I had to start working in a job. And then I was forced to decide between, should I balance both or should I just choose one and go all into it? So eventually I quit football and I went into a job. But I always had this entrepreneurial spirit. I always wanted to win and I always wanted to become great at what I'm doing. So if this answers your question, then yes. But having an online business came up after I quit football.
And I think that's one of the reasons we connected so much through some of the trainings that I found of yours when I started jumping into this affiliate marketing space, is because my background is in sports as well. I did play soccer, which we're talking about the same sport.
Yes,
I know
exactly.
it hurts you to hear it called soccer probably. But growing up, I took that same mentality as I got older and I had an injury, and that's how I started my online business. And then from there, I took that same mentality into what I do, and I approach it very much the same way as you would with your training. And if I could get you to ask, like, think about going back to your time when you were in sport and then transitioning into having a job. So comparing now to when you had a job, what's the big difference as you're now an entrepreneur?
The big difference between working a job and what I'm doing now. So let me add this also to this. To answer also your previous question is, before doing affiliate marketing and now coaching as well, I did network marketing. Probably most of our viewers that will watch this also in the replay probably have some experience with network marketing as well. And eventually this is how I've been introduced to the online possibilities through network marketing, which eventually developed into affiliate marketing and coaching. And the biggest difference between the job, transitioning from football to a job, and what I'm doing now, it's simply the lifestyle. So in terms of benefits, it's simply the lifestyle, managing my own time. Often people get this wrong, that it's less work, especially once you become successful, you have more responsibilities. At your job, you go to a job, it ends from 8 to 5, 9 to 5, whatever. You come home, you can switch off often unless you have a leadership position. But online here, you always need to innovate. Otherwise, you are left behind. The changes happen so fast in the online space. And if you want to stay on top here, same like in sport, you gotta always train, you gotta always innovate, you gotta come with ideas. But something that never changed is my determination to win. I remember when I started working in a job, I still played football. And I was working in a restaurant actually. I really started from the bottom. I worked in a job. My first ever job was in a restaurant, washing dishes and making salads in Germany for 450 euro a month. And I remember I had trainings, and the trainings were in the evening. So I was talking to my colleagues. I start work at 5, 4 when they called me. My training was at 7. So I told them, you guys, can someone back me up for 2 hours? I gotta go to the training and come back, and I will just work further. And they were like, yeah, but don't come back then. No, I still might work. So I came to the work, like I did my job for 2, 3 hours, like my French fries and hamburgers and whatever I did. Yeah. Went to the sport, did my training. After 2 hours, came back around 9, 9:30, and then until 11:30 p.m. in the evening, I finished my work and then went back home. And this determination, I still have it today in my work. Like, I just don't stop until I get it done, and I don't stop until I win. It's just there.
Yeah. So I hear that mindset is a big thing. Like you're transferring that mindset from whatever you do. And I think that's also like a key determinator if somebody's going to be successful. Whether we're talking about sport, whether we're talking about a job, whether we're talking about stepping out of that career aspect and like doing what you do as an entrepreneur. So mindset's a huge thing. What's been the biggest challenge as you've moved into entrepreneurship for you?
Biggest challenge, entrepreneurship at the end of the day helps you to get to know yourself better. So most often, the biggest challenge is not the strategies, not the platform, not to learn how to do a TikTok or a YouTube video. It's simply knowing, you get to know yourself and you realize, oh, shoot, like my communication skills are not so good. I have to improve on this. Then you start doing some TikToks. You realize, oh, I don't come so well in front of the camera. I need to improve on this. And you realize your weaknesses, and you have to face this. Actually, you have to face the reality that, oh, you may not be as good as you thought you are, but this is not a problem because you can change that. Yeah. You are not labeled or entitled to anything. Although the society, education, people might tell you, you will never be this, you'll never be this. They try to entitle you, but these are only their limitations. And once you realize that you can actually change this, you can become better, you can change your mindset, you can work on yourself, you can improve your skill set. And this is how you win eventually. It's only a matter of doing it and sticking to it and believing, And one of the biggest things, I worked with over 100 people so far. I have my own affiliates now from my program. I help them achieve. So this is with my affiliate program, we help our affiliates achieve $2,000 to $3,000 per week in passive income. And we also do the selling for them. Also, we teach them how to build a 6-figure online business in 6 to 12 months. And one of the biggest things that makes the difference between people that win and those that don't is their self-image. How do they view themselves? How do they think when nobody sees them? How do they communicate with themselves? What their thoughts are? Do they think negative? If a TikTok video flops and they get like 100 views, which is very little on TikTok if you know about it, are they going to be disappointed and stop? Or are they going to say, okay, I got to work on this, I got to improve this? The self-image makes a huge difference, and it's one of the first steps that people should work on before they start with the strategies, with marketing, with platform, with optimization, and everything else.
I have to echo exactly what you said there. And I'm glad to hear that you kind of tied the challenges of entrepreneurship into growing personally and the ability to see and reflect on who you are and what you want to do. And I think like you were going down that list of examples of things and challenges that you've had. And it's like, for me, it was like, check. I can agree with all of those things. because that was my journey starting out. I didn't know how to edit a video. I didn't know how to film a video. I didn't know how to use the streaming software we're using right now to get this podcast out to
Yes,
people.
yes, yes.
And the list goes on and on and on. You build on top of that. I didn't know how to portray myself in a video. I didn't know so many things. And I could have chosen to just step back and say, hey,
Exactly.
I don't know how to do this. I'm going to be okay with that. And I'm going to take the easy way out and quit. Or I knew what I wanted and I'm pursuing that. And I'm every day, like you said, waking up and going and making that happen. So you mentioned affiliate marketing.
Yes.
This is something that I've really focused in on lately. And I know that we have talked a lot about kind of the specialty that you have in that area. So to inform the people that are watching this or listening to this on what affiliate marketing is,
Yes.
and also kind of why you think it's a great opportunity for people to get
Yes.
into, because I've
Yes.
shared often about how I honestly think affiliate marketing is the best business if you're going to just start an online business right now. I definitely think affiliate marketing is that. And I've talked about it for many reasons. People have heard me, but I want to hear what your thoughts are. What is affiliate marketing and why is it such a good business to start?
Absolutely. From the get-go, I can say it's one of the best business models you can start. If you, especially if you have no experience in a space, and just an off topic, if I can say this, I have a free course actually that I teach people how to make $2,000-3,000 per week with affiliate marketing. I give it away for free. No, so this is something that they can also do. And
I want people to
just,
know sorry, Razvan, before you say
yeah,
that, that's linked in the video description.
is
If
it?
you're watching this on YouTube, I've linked the couple links that you sent through there
Okay, cool.
to also join your community. It's there. So go check that
Awesome.
out after
Awesome.
watching this, everyone.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Awesome. Thank you. No worries. So, very simple description with affiliate marketing. We can go into depth and use like technical words, but basically, it's like you go to a restaurant and you like the food there. What food do you like, Matt? Let me know what Italian
I like
food,
all the
pizza.
food. I like
Okay,
all the
let's
food. Let's
let's
go
say
with
pizza.
pizza.
Let's go with pizza, right? You go to the new restaurant, you eat a pizza. 1 week later, you meet one of your friends or few of your friends, and they ask you like, "Do you know any restaurant where we can eat a good pizza?" And you just say, "Oh, last week I've been to this new restaurant. It's awesome. Just go try it." Your friends go there. They are happy. The owner of the restaurant is happy. They got new customers, but you are left with only the good friend that tells people where to eat good pizza, but you get no money for this. In affiliate marketing, for every customer you refer to the company, you get paid for your performance, for what you, because you brought new customers to the company. Or something like with the cinema, you go, you watch a movie, you recommend it to a friend, he goes watch the movie, the cinema owner makes money, your friend enjoys your time, but in real life, you don't get paid for this. In the affiliate marketing space, you get paid for every customer you bring to the company. And it's a great business model to start because depending what company you work with, what products you have, and where you take them from. But on average, in general, you don't have to create the product. The resources to promote are already there. At least I can talk from myself. I'm not going to talk from other. For myself, we create everything for our affiliates. They don't have to do any funnels, no email marketing, especially if they start as a beginner. It's pretty difficult to create sequences and email marketing in the beginning. It keeps people from taking action because it's complexity. We keep things simple. No funnels, no autoresponders. You don't have to create anything. Just take what we offer you and start promoting, and that's it. And that's why it's a
Yeah.
great business
And
model.
sweet. And I have to echo that for sure. Like you talked about commissions that you can potentially make. Like, what are the possibilities that people could find themselves in? And it doesn't have to just be cash, because I've talked before
Yes.
on my podcast about how I was approached by American Express and they said,
Oh,
hey, we like
yes.
the videos that you're making when we talk about a credit card or whatever. And for
Yes.
everyone that signs up through my link, I'm either paid through $300 cash, which is
Yes.
a beautiful payout for me. Or as a result of that, if I don't want the cash option, I can take like 20,000 Amex points, which is basically for me in Canada, a flight halfway across the country and almost back to where I live. So, what are some of the potential commissions that you've maybe experienced or you've heard of people experiencing with affiliate marketing?
Yes. 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 Exactly. So It can go from a few $100s to thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. I'm going to talk from myself, if that's okay. What I have experienced in the beginning was, so in the beginning, when I started out, I operated as an affiliate. I didn't get directly into coaching. I started with affiliate marketing as an affiliate. And then I started having 4-figure days online. I just told you my first job, I was working for €450 a month. And after a few years, I'm making 4-figure days online. And now having my own affiliate program, this was back in 2020. In 2021, I started my own affiliate program, my own coaching program, and the possibilities. Just imagine this. When you switch your mindset about money, what money actually is. If I go back to my old self, before discovering this side of me, I was working, let's go to the next job, €450 a month. If we break it down to hours and everything, let's go to the next job. If I was making 12, 13, we talk in euro because we are in euro, but let's say dollars, okay? $15 an hour, $15, $16 an hour, I would be happy. Back then, I would say, oh, that's good money, actually, and also working a full-time job. But once you stop thinking into into two-figure dollars, like 10 to, like 2-figure dollars, and you go to hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars an hour, tens of thousands of dollars an hour, your whole perspective changes. And when you realize that money is actually only a resource that you can just sorry about this, you can just create also from your, like Think and Grow Rich, right? From thinking, you can just create, your view about money changes. And now with my own program, people can make up to $2,900 per sale in commissions, which is 50% with my own program, which you make 2 sales a month, which you have like 2 weeks. Let's say you make a sale in 2 weeks.
Right.
If you make the sale in the first week, your second week you can go on vacation. It's like you can chill, and then you just push the third week, and then if you make another sale in the third week, in the fourth week you can also go in the second vacation. But my point is, besides the money that they can make, which they can generate 5 figures online, 5-figure a month, $10,000, $20,000 a month, we also offer people something that no other affiliate program is doing right now. I reward action takers and my affiliates for their performances on top of the monthly commissions with luxury vacations worth of $5,000. I pay this for them from my money. I complete setup, office setup, smartphone, laptop like Mac, dinner night out with their family. I pay for their dinner.
I've seen you post about that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Cars, assets, even down payment for real estate worth of $75,000 if they perform, right? This comes on top of the monthly commissions, which so it's unlimited possibilities if you think it that way. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
For big thinkers, for big minds, big thinkers, it's just awesome.
Well, you don't know the questions that I'm throwing at you. That's a great synopsis and review of what you're doing. But now, for those big thinkers, like what skills or traits or characteristics do you think lend to somebody who's going to be successful in affiliate marketing? And I know that in order to do that doesn't necessarily mean that's where they're starting right now, because if we talk about the personal development that I went through starting an online business, I'm a totally different, way different person than when I started this stuff a couple of years ago, right? So you grow. So what skills, characteristics, traits do you think really are embodied in someone who's a successful affiliate marketer?
Yes. First of all, I would give an example. Warren Buffett, right? One of the richest person in the world at this moment. He's been in an interview and he's been asked by the host, what is one skill students, people that just get out of the university should learn first? What should they focus on first? Getting a job and he said communication. Learn how to communicate. And I would say this is one of the probably the skills that I would tell now may not be in the order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's simply the whole package, like you gotta the whole package, and one of them would be communication skills. Learn how to communicate. And also a huge, and this may be valuable for everyone, when people start, okay, this I'm gonna share now something huge now.
Listen up, everyone.
Yes, if you listen to this, please try to understand. When people start out and they start creating content, in the beginning, it's just human nature for some reason. I remember I did this myself as well. You create your content around you. My morning routine, I'm having coffee in the morning, or I'm going to the job and I hate my boss, or people don't care. People don't care about this. Unless you have results to show, unless you have achieved something, and then you say, this is how I went from here to here, and how you can do it too, and then you switch it about them. Unless you do this, if you just talk about yourself, instead of saying 3 mindset shifts I developed to be successful, switch that, make it about them. Make it about the person that is reading or watching your video. And this is also part of communication and understanding that it's not about you, it's about the person that is watching your video, if you're on video marketing, if you're TikTok, YouTube, or person that's reading your blog, your post, your Facebook post. It's about them. Make it appealing for them. When you want to catch a fish, the worm shouldn't taste for you, it should taste for the fish.
That's a good way to think about it. I like that. I've never heard that before. I've got another one to throw at you. What's a common myth or something that's false that people think is true about the digital marketing space?
Yes. I was talking to someone, I'm talking with like hundreds of people a day, and someone told me the other day that this person wanted to start with, she wanted to start with low ticket affiliate marketing. It was a program, I think it was about $300, and she would earn $50 to $100 per sale, something like that, But because of the reasoning she gave, she said, because people are more inclined to buy low ticket items than high ticket items. This is true only if you believe it is true. So if you tell it to yourself and you really believe this, then it's true. But I'm telling you, once you level up and you go to the next level, people are spending thousands of dollars on themselves, on their businesses. There is transactions every single day. And this is a myth that it's much easier to make low ticket sales because it's €300, €100, whatever, €500, like dollars, $500. But that's a myth. That's not true. Unless you believe it is true. And honestly, from own experiences, usually people that pay the least are the hardest to work with, man.
I was going to say, I know where you're going. Cause the most problems.
Like, I'm telling you, I'm going to share with you, it happened today. I was talking to someone, and now when I work with clients, I don't take everyone anymore. There is an application form. They have to fill in the application. If we believe that they fit the program and the standards and our requirements, and we can help them achieve fast results. This is one thing that we focus on. We got to get people that can achieve fast results with us. Then we take them. And this person filled the application form, and there is a question there. What is your budget? What is your current capital that you could allocate towards investing in yourself if it can be a life-changing situation? And this person said about between 400 and 1,000. And I know my services, so I said, okay, this person can't get one-on-one coaching with me, but he can get this one, for $1,000. So I told this person, okay, look, you said this budget, awesome. We have something for you. Here you go. He came up with a reason then, can we do this payment plan? I said, yeah, we can do a payment plan, but not this, what you said, but this other one. He said, but he doesn't have the money. He doesn't even have this money. I said, but you just said you have between $400 and $1,000, you know? He said, yeah. I said, okay, look, there is one more thing that we can do. I offered him something for a few $100. And he said, okay, I'm going to get back to you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to sign up. And then he came up with a reason the next day that I asked him, so should we get started? He said, no, I need to spend this money on something else. And honestly, I hope I was not rude for this person, but I told this person that honestly, you should focus more on your work than instead of your online business. Because in order to succeed online, there is a mindset shift, mindset work that you gotta do first, which is much more expensive than $1,000. And this is the first step you should start with. And yeah, this person, like, it's a pain in the ass to work with such people that can't even pay $150 into themselves to achieve success. And I'm working with other people that they pay $5,000, like just like that, you know. Okay, there it is. It's the most beautiful thing to work with these people. They are on time. They show up. They put in the work. It's a different standard. It's just awesome, you know. So there is really this difference, and this is the myth that it's much easier to make a low ticket sales than high ticket. It's not true. It's
Yeah.
not true.
And that's a huge myth. And I've actually heard, as I've gotten into the business space, whether it's an online business or it's producing a product, selling a service, whatever it is, I've actually heard a lot of different entrepreneurs who I wouldn't say are like basic or lower level entrepreneurs. These are very successful people that have echoed exactly what you said in terms of a lot of the times the people who are wanting things for less, or they're trying to get more out of it, nickel and diming you type thing. They're the people that are going to cause more problems or not show up, not take something as seriously as well, right? If they're signing up for a coaching program, as an easy illustration. And I know that for me was a huge mindset shift, moving from not investing any money into myself in the personal development that I had, and then going to working with a mentor a couple of years ago that was like, it's like over $500 a month, which for me was like, that was like a crazy amount of money to be going. And I didn't quite know necessarily what it was doing when I first started it, but then I saw the value over time. And there's other opportunities that I have, and I'm going to continue looking forward to do that. But that's a mindset shift.
It is.
And I think that's a huge myth, and that's a huge thing that people out there listening probably need to spend some time and reflect on. And that's the biggest thing that we can encourage you today.
Yes.
Spend some time, reflect on that, analyze it. Where is your current money mindset, and in what way do you need to elevate it? Right. And
let me share something here. Let me add something
jump
here.
on it.
Very, very, very important. I'm actually, if you want, I can share with you also like one way. It can be also two ways to handle an objection when people say, I thought it's free, or can we do it free? I'm going to go here in a moment.
Go for it.
I'm going to go here in a moment. I was listening to Eric Thomas, right? Probably most people know who Eric Thomas is, the motivational speaker or entrepreneur. Let's say entrepreneur. He doesn't like to be called as motivational speaker. He was saying that, you know, there was a time when bad things, like he was a good person, you know, and things happened to him, and he was in a present, like in a conference room. He was saying that he was asking God, why is he poor? Why is he not making money? You know, because he's a good person. He helps everyone. He cares. You know, why is he still poor? And probably it's fair enough to. It's not fair enough to ask God necessarily. It's fair enough to ask yourself, why am I poor if I'm so good? You know, I care for everyone. It's good. If you're good, then good things are supposed to happen to you. But in order to make money, you gotta do money things, not good things. You gotta do money things. This is not bad. It doesn't mean you gotta do bad things. It's just a mindset shift that money is not related to how good or how bad you are, because we both know that there are bad people that are rich, like very rich,
or rich, everything.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of good or bad. It's a matter of doing money things. And one thing that money things means is simply providing value. really looking for a problem in the market, whatever market it is, even traditional business. Look for a problem and really come up with a solution to fix that problem. And focus on one thing and give it your best to become the best at it, to become the best version of yourself at what you are doing. Don't do everything. Don't try to be the best YouTuber, the best TikToker, the best, this. No, focus on one thing because it's not possible to be everything. The second thing is that I was reading lately, I don't really have much time for reading. I do audiobooks. It's much easier when I have my morning routine, audio, 30 minutes, awesome. And I was listening. There is a great book I highly recommend to everyone. It's called from Dan S. Kennedy. It's called Wealth Attraction. Amazing book. And he shares there different rules about money and how money works and everything. And one of them, it's called that, I don't remember how is it called exactly, but just a summary of it, is that money is supposed to be held in movement. So pay close attention to people that always save money and they keep tight to it. They like, oh, I worked hard for this, I'm going to put it under the pillow and I'm going to hold tight to it. They are broke. They are broke. Pay close attention to this. People that always save money and they don't invest, they don't put it into movement. You don't have to invest it all. It's dumb to invest all, like you just earn it and a part of it. You save. I still say, like, I also save money. You save a part of it, a part you invest, so you have to manage money properly. And one thing he said there is that when you invest money and you put it into movement, things happen in the laws that we don't understand necessarily, but it comes back to you eventually. It comes back to you. Especially if you invested in yourself, now, of course, not buying a car or something like spending into liabilities, but investing into yourself, into your own skills and into your business, into a mentor, into a coach. I know it can be tough to swipe the credit card or your bank account and pay a $5,000 directly, and you have to work like 2 months for it. Trust me, if you do it wise with the right person, it's gonna come back to you 10 or 100 times more if you do it right. And it's just a law of simple fact that don't keep tight to money. Don't keep tight to money, and put it into movement. Let it go. Let the influx, let the influx move, be free to it and not like, squeeze everything there, I hope it makes sense.
Oh, it does for sure. And I think that scarcity mindset holds people back, whether we're talking about money, whether we're talking about relationships, whether we're talking about whatever area you want to look at in your life. Like, I know that for me, that's happened in the past, but I've broken that down after analyzing it and saying, why am I this way? Is it because of my family? Is it because of my friends? Is it because of the people around me? What is it because of, right? And I think that really holds a lot of people back. But when you make that switch from that scarcity into the abundance without sounding like all woo and out there, but there's a real switch and there's something that happens when you do that. So I'm glad you talked about that. Now, we just talked about financial habits. Let's move over to some like daily habits that you have, because one of the myths that we talked about was that growing a business or an affiliate marketing business, I hear people say it time and time again that it's easy. And if you do it right, I think it's incredibly different than other businesses, the opportunity that it brings. But what are some of the habits that you've developed and created? You talked about a morning routine that have really led to your success in business.
Let me share also something about easy, or just let's get back to this a little bit like later as well.
Okay.
Because most people, we have TikTok, which shorten the span of attention for people. It's just the mindset today. Amazon, one click, tomorrow it better be at my door, otherwise I'm pissed off. Right. This how do you call it, instant gratification. People may think that easy means often fast, but it's not always the case. It's easy to understand, it's easy to put into practice, it's easy to make one TikTok video a day. Come on, it's easy to do this.
Right.
But it doesn't mean you have the discipline yet to do this. You have to develop discipline. You have to develop thick skin to stay consistent with it, to go through the flows, of not getting views. So it's easy to make it. But there are all these other chapters that you gotta, which is about yourself, actually. It's personal development.
Right.
It's personal development. And this is something that it has to be clear, easy. It doesn't mean necessarily that you are disciplined or that you have the perseverance or consistency. These are all things you need to develop, determination, courage, face your fears. Yeah. But it's easy.
Right.
It's true. You know what I mean? Yeah. Resilience.
Resilience, yeah, for sure. And that's a big thing that I don't know, for me, for some reason, the last year has kind of come up time and time again. Like probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, I didn't even know what that word was. And then obviously we've had a lot of changes around the world in the last 2.5 years. So maybe that's why we keep hearing that buzzword. But it's definitely coming up there for
sure.
Let
me tell you here a story. And I will tell you also in a moment the morning routine. Talking about sport earlier, I like motivational stories. And one motivational story is the fight Mike Tyson had with, apologize now, I don't know this guy's name, who actually beat Mike Tyson first time.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't remember now his name, but there is a YouTube video. If you just write Mike Tyson resilience, you will find out. Also, Eric Thomas talks about this. And before the fight, there is this guy unknown, whatever, it's not even on the top 10 or top 15 boxers. He has a match with a boxing match with Mike Tyson. And his mother of this guy was telling, all his colleagues, my son is fighting Mike Tyson. He's going to beat Mike Tyson. No, he's like, mom, proud. My son. Mm-hmm. And Mike Tyson was in his prime back then. And a few days before the game, his mother died. And he promised to himself that he's going to fight for her mother. And because he had a greater motive than himself, than his own selfishness, money or fame, he's been knocked out. He got up and he eventually, because he lasted longer than the first round when usually Mike Tyson wins,
right,
he eventually knocked down Mike Tyson and eventually won the fight. And resilience is also the word there. Resilience and bigger reasons than just money. If you just start a business for the money from upfront, I'm telling you that 99% you may fail it. You may fail.
You're gonna fail it.
Yeah. Yep. And morning routines.
Go for
it. Morning routines is. There were times and times. I actually read a book about habits. It's called Atomic Habits. I highly recommend this as well. And it's talking about creating habits. And going back a few months ago, when you want to change your diet, you realize, you were an athlete. Mm-hmm. You started working from home, sit down a lot. You may put some fat on your, like it comes here on your back or whatever. You realize, okay, I should change my diet. I should start doing some sport. And then you are motivated. You do this for 1 or 2 days. And after that, you fall back into the other, into your old pattern. And I learned how to change my habits, actually how to create habits that last. And what I do now in my morning routine, I have my morning routine where honestly, I'm having like cold showers. I know it's freaky as it sounds or cold or something. They are really great, especially having the me time in the morning. Even after I started working from home in my business, I used to wake up and not even eat something. I'm not really a breakfast guy. Just do something, going out with the dogs, whatever, 15, 20 minutes, go straight into work. And I was stressed. Honestly, I was stressed the whole day. Gotta do this, gotta do the other thing. And now in the morning, I don't care how much work it is. I wake up, I have my shower, I spend time with myself, I listen to my audiobooks, I go with the dogs out, and after that, once I won the day in the mornings, having the me time, I won the day and I go to my work. And this is something I highly recommend everyone to do in the morning. Have my like sport and whatever workout. And this is some of my routines that I have about morning, for example.
I'm a huge morning routine person, so that's why I
Are you?
always ask that question. Yep, and
Okay.
I think that for me, it was reading the book, The 5 a.m. Club, which
Oh,
they
cool.
talk about the power hour within that and breaking it up into at least 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes of exercise, of
Oh,
reflection, and then of learning. So, I mean, I think anytime you talk to people about morning routines, they seem to have the same characteristics, but if you haven't read that book, I totally recommend it. It's by
wow.
Robin
How is
Sharma.
it? The
Um,
5 a.m. club.
the
Yeah.
5 a.m. Club by Robin
Wow.
Sharma. It's a
Yes,
game
yes,
changer. And
yes.
even though people say they're not morning people, I'm not convinced because I feel like most people haven't given it a true, honest shot. But that's
Yes.
not what we're here to talk about today necessarily. That is a habit that both of us use to grow our business. And jumping back on the business train, I guess you could have made a lot of money just being an affiliate marketer, promoting products that you like, doing all of that. But tell me more about why you decided to
Oh,
create and
that's a
start
great
your own
question.
academy, because
That's a
that's
great
a
question. That's a
totally
huge one.
different ball game. Yeah,
Yes.
we're getting to the
That's a
end, so
huge
I'm
one.
saving the good ones for the end.
And honestly, most people don't know the real story behind it actually. But something about let's just quick be a bit contradictory here about morning routines. You know, you're a morning routine person. Some people say they are not morning persons. Uh, if it's about making money, if it's about getting better to make money, you will be a morning routine. If you gotta wake up in the morning, you gotta go to a meeting. You will do this. You know, unless, but if you don't have a goal, then you will not do this. And we have
Mhm.
people like Alex Hormozy. I don't know if you know him. Alex Hormozy.
Yep.
He doesn't have a morning routine. He actually he actually says like it's not even helping you. But then on the other side, we have other people that say, yeah, it actually helps. So it's individual. You know, it's individual. It actually helps. Try it yourself. You know, it's individual and so on. What makes me start? What made me start? Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I would have a much easier life if I would have continued to be an affiliate. My life would have been so much easier because once you start creating your own products, a whole lot of other responsibilities are on your shoulders. You gotta deliver what you ask for, you know, like the money that you ask for, you gotta deliver them. You gotta work with people a lot. And honestly, this is the path that I chose. I
Mhm.
always wanted to have my own thing. It may be even selfish, maybe it is. I always wanted to create my own thing. And there is something into entrepreneurship that's about creating things. Probably you saw this yourself. You also have some courses, I remember, some of your
Yep.
courses. When you create something, and tell me if you felt it that way, you have this sense of happiness, fulfillment. You are creating, you can't even describe it if you don't live it actually. And I was listening to one of my favorite entrepreneurs that I'm following, is like huge on YouTube, and he was talking about entrepreneurship. One of the keys is the fact that create people like to create things. It's the way we've been created also,
Mhm.
to come up with ideas, to create, to expand, to grow, you know, because basically when you create, you are forced to think about the best ways to put it out there, to, you know, and it gives you a sense of fulfillment. Honestly, when I'm doing some lunches or different courses or something, once they are done, it happened multiple times already when I fall in a deep. I'm like, oh, shoot, now it's done.
Yeah.
My lunch is over. I mean, you know, the course is there, but oh, I was so excited like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm like back to normal. What's up, you know? But then I
Mhm.
realized that okay, this is just how normal things are. Just go with it. I learned how to go through this, but it can hit you hard. It can really hit you hard in the beginning.
Mhm.
And what made me start my own academy is that I don't have, I've never been to university. Because of playing football, with 15 I left my home country and I went to a foreign country to into a football academy.
Mhm.
And in that academy, basically, we were training like 2 times a day with the gym as well, sometimes 3 times a day. And teachers were coming to that academy to teach us, you know, 4 hours a day, towards the morning, towards in the evening. And basically, this was my high school period. So I've never really been to high school, you know, that high school lifestyle with girls or parties or whatever. I never experienced this. only in the weekends, like a few times when I was 16 or something, you know. But then my mom and my parents, they always wanted to go to university. They wanted me to become doctors or lawyers or whatever. And also in Germany, people told me often that, oh, if you don't have a university, if you don't have a profession, you will not, you will be no one. You will be nothing, you know. And I know that this educational system, and sorry, I know that you are a teacher, right?
You don't have to say sorry.
Yeah. The educational system today, it's broke, honestly. They don't teach you about money. They don't teach you how money works. And what they teach you is how to serve the system or the metrics or how to be part of the system. But they don't teach you how to raise your hand, how to become successful. You know, they teach you how to be an employee. And because I had that great experience with the football academy for 3.5 years, where I grew so much, I was living there, you know, and I like this idea of academy. That's why I even name my brand, you know, like my name and, you know, Razvan Chirodea Academy.
Okay.
And I said, I'm going to revolutionize the educational system in my own words, you know, and give it the meaning that and the experience that I've been through. And raise out my hand to the people that are interested to follow this path as well, to develop themselves, to grow, to find themselves, and to be successful. And this is how I created my academy, and this inspired me also to create my own things and own, you know, like things that I created.
Oh, that's great. I always love kind of seeing the behind the scenes because there
Yeah.
is purpose in what you do. That was very obvious to me in the conversations we've had and the videos I've watched of yours on YouTube. It's very specific and very purposeful. So I knew there had to be something there. And that's why I had to ask. And even like with us, financial freedom system, a
Yes.
system and money kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird to talk about, but I really believe those three things, finances, freedom, and system, like, why would those come together and be put in a name? And I definitely have reasons for that. And I've shared that in other podcast episodes. But there's a purpose behind what we do. And talking about school, talking about money, some of the conversations that I have with my students, although it's not necessarily a part of what I talk about, but if I can weave it in, I like to ask them questions just to see what they think about money or finances or a
In
job
school?
versus
So are you talking about
entrepreneurship.
your students in school? Like,
Yeah, yeah, I'm talking
okay,
school,
and
like, I
yes, and
I really enjoy having those conversations with kids,
yes, it's
um,
great.
because it gets me to understand kind of the beliefs that they have and
Yes,
why they have those beliefs, and also kinda challenge them a little bit, right? Because
yes. And by the way, what do
I
they say? How old are
well,
they?
they
Like what age? Like how
let's
old are
talk
they?
like
And
high school, for
high
example,
school. Yes.
and,
Okay. Cool.
so, I mean, they know money. They are starting to get jobs. So they're starting to get their first experience of money. And they're like, oh, they're asking questions. And none of this I can ever give them advice on, but I can share what I've done. I can share what other people have done. I can encourage them to talk to their families and friends, etc. But they're like, how much money should I save? Right? Should I save 10%, 50%,
Mhm. Yeah.
80%? And they have these numbers in their mind that they think they should. And one thing I've learned is a lot of their beliefs about money come from their family. And that's one of the things that I
It
encourage
always
people
comes
to
from
look.
family.
Yeah, yeah, a large majority of it for sure. And so a question there is like, if if your family has not met a certain
Oh,
goal or
yes.
something that you want to achieve,
That's
and
tough.
you're still doing the same habits that they are when it comes to money, when it comes to what time you wake up, when it comes to whatever, do you think anything's going to change? That's a question that I've asked myself, and I've also going to put out there to our audience right now. That's something to reflect on and think about. Do you think that's going to change? You can't get what you want if you're going to keep doing the exact same thing, right? So that's something I'm going to encourage people on. We've got a couple minutes to jump into the last few questions here, because these are important. Affiliate marketing is the
I would
best
also
online
like to add
business.
something here, very important. And
Go
by the
for
way, I don't know how much time you have, but you should not worry about the 1 hour time period. If you have, questions or something,
Okay.
we can
Yeah,
talk. So don't
let's
worry about
roll
this.
with it. And I
Something
will
about
say right
family.
now,
Yeah.
Sorry, Razvan.
No,
If
no,
there are any
no.
questions, people, go ahead and let
Sure,
us know. We've had a
sure,
good
sure, sure.
crew on here. If there's any questions for Razvan or myself, after the podcast, we are going to do a couple minutes of a Q&A. So we'd love to share. So take it away.
Yes, about family, very important. What you tell people. There is a secret here, and people won't get it until they get out of the bubble.
Mhm.
If you still live under the same roof with your parents, or if they still support you, if you haven't faced the reality of getting out from your home, even in the Bible, you are a Christian too, I know this.
Mhm.
When you marry, God says, get, like even Abraham, right? He said, get out of your home and go to this land. So God asks you out. Uh, so it may be that you want to make money, but you don't realize that you are in a bubble that is enrooted with the education from your parents. And you may not realize that, oh, shoot, my parents are actually broke. And I'm listening to their advices. And I'm I'm talking the same way they talk and doing the same things they do. You may not see it that you will end up getting the same results they got.
Mhm.
Unless you get out of there, you have your first job, you have your first friend. Oh, you have bills to pay. Now you realize, oh, money is not enough. Actually, I gotta take 2 jobs now. And you start realizing, you start asking them questions, and you get out of the bubble, and then it's part again of this entrepreneurial journey. You get to know yourself. Like, actually, shoot, like now I see things. My parents are broke because of these reasons, and so on, right?
Mhm.
So it's good that people should know that, okay, if I do the same things they do, I will end up in the same thing they, or have the same things they have. But you
Right.
gotta see this bubble first. You gotta see this first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a conversation that I think comes up on top of my mind. Is I was talking to someone who we were talking about investing, and I was basically saying that, well, I've started investing a regular portion of my income
Sorry,
because I
sorry.
want to
I need
make.
to I need to interrupt you. I'm really sorry. Right behind me
Yeah.
here, if you see, like, there is a small bed couch, and this is the playground from the dogs. And I think they just started to wrestle now here. Okay, if they are loud, you will need to give me like a few seconds to call my wife to tell her to take the dogs in the other room.
No, no problem.
because
Go
they,
for
because
it.
they can be loud. So let's just continue, and eventually if they get loud. All right.
Okay,
I mean,
I can see
could,
them over your shoulder.
could you please take Jackie in the room? Yes. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Sorry about this.
That's
It's just,
no, no problem. That's a beautiful thing about live streams, right? That's you
yes.
never quite know what's going
You
to
can't hide
happen.
it, right? You can't edit it. It's just,
Yeah. So back to what I was saying, I was talking
yes.
about the fact that I had a conversation with someone who, when we got talking about investing, they were like, "I will never invest," and I said, "Oh, okay. Tell me more. Why?"
Yeah.
And they said basically, their aunt lost $6,000 because somebody told them to invest in this thing, and it's just a story that they're telling themselves because somebody they know or somebody that they loved lost money. They're going to lose money. Right. So, I mean, although we never planned on talking about mindset in this conversation, it's come up time and time again. And that's why I encourage people out there to just think about where your current money mindset is, where it comes from, and how you're going to break it down to achieve what you want. And I do want to jump into looking at affiliate marketing now, which we've done, but let's transfer that into affiliate marketing of the future. So one of the big things that you need to be able to do to be a good, successful business person or entrepreneur is predict where the market's going. As you said at the beginning of this, what does affiliate marketing look like in 5, 10 years? Like what do you think? Is it still going to be around? Is it still going to be something that people can make
Very,
money off
very
of, make commissions off of? Is it going to be harder, easier? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, very important question. So let's go back 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when it started. Let's go back even 5 years ago, when there were the first marketers. That some of them are now in the top leaders. Others are not, are inexistent.
Mhm.
You could take a link make a Facebook ad, run an ad, and then people would like just buy it right away. Or you could even just go into a Facebook group, post something with here is the link, and you may land few sales like that. It was new, it was fresh, it was that time, possibilities, right? Now it went into, people started to do organic marketing now, content everywhere. There are so many sources of information. You don't even know who to trust anymore. It's so hard. The challenge now is not to inform yourself. The challenge is now to filter what information is right and which one you should take on. This is the challenge now, because it's everywhere. And this is in the place that we are now. It's oversaturated. Let's not say the word oversaturated. It's just a lot of people. Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. It's huge competition everywhere. Mm-hmm. If you have a good strategy, you can win over this competition and then stay ahead of it. And in few years from now, even now it started, and I believe it will move there, is where, first of all, those people will win and will have the courage to create a personal brand, first of all. With other words, to use their voice, to use their experience, to not be afraid to put themselves out there with who they are. And eventually people that relate with you, they will follow you and they will be part of your community. This is how you create your brand. And people will also win that will stop, let's say it like that. You need to become confident that you are going to land those sales without using any, like Russian roulette type of skill set, put the gun to the head of your prospect, you buy now or I'll shoot you, type of thing. Or when you are desperate, or when you want it. So you got to become confident that no matter in what economy we are, I'm confident in my skills and I have a personalized brand, and you need to develop trust with people. And by developing trust is not enough to post few TikToks, even a day, is not enough. You really need to share your story. You need to let people, you need to give them a view into your life so that they can relate. If you always tell people what to do, you should do this, you should do that, or always giving call to actions, I have a free course, get it, or I have this, but you don't tell them who you are, they will not trust you. There is this connection, right? And this is where I believe it will go in the future. So it will still be there. It may be even better than now, because we can evolve, and improve things that have failed in the past. And it's still one of the best moments to hop in now. Mm-hmm. We've seen what happened in the last 2 years. A job, some people realize that the job is actually not as secure as they thought it is. And it's still a great time. It may be still in the next 12 to 18 months to hop in, to ensure you get a piece of the pie from the next generations of people that will hop into this digital space.
Yeah, cool. And I think that hopping in, a lot of people think, oh, I've got to go all in on affiliate marketing or all in on X business. And you can definitely do that. And there's something to be said about kind of going all in. But if I look at me and the different income streams that I have, I am a teacher and I really enjoy my job and I love doing that. So that's something that I have as my main focus, and everything else that I do here with YouTube and podcasting and the courses that I offer and blah, 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 blah. There's so many things. There's so many different layers to it.
So many awesome things. Add this to this. So many awesome things.
I appreciate that. I have so much fun doing those things as well. And you can build these systems up. And so I'm just going to encourage people, just kind of start dipping your toe in something that you're interested in. I had a conversation today with someone who has gone through some of my programs before, was able to speak to them today in person. They've asked questions about affiliate marketing, but they decided it wasn't right for them because they had something else that they're passionate about. So whatever it is, dip your toe into it. Start learning, start watching those YouTube videos, get into it. And if it is affiliate marketing, what do you think the best way for people to learn those skills are?
Is this a question to me now that you asked? So
yes.
What is the best way?
Yes.
Yeah. What is the best way for people to learn is honestly, from my academy, first of all. This is
Mhm.
one of the best ways they can learn about this. And simply, let me say this first about success, and then I'll tell you also one of the best ways to learn faster
Mhm.
and how to buy time. Some people think, time is the biggest asset, but there is a way you can buy time actually. Success doesn't mean money. Earl Carnegie or Earl
Dale Carnegie.
Nightingale. Sorry, either Dale Carnegie or Earl Nightingale
Earl
said,
Nightingale.
I don't remember which one of them. Anyway, they said, yeah, it's Earl Nightingale. He said that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Let's put it in simple words. If you decide, you say you are a passionate teacher and you like this, if this is what you want to be, then you don't have to be an entrepreneur. If the guy that works at the petrol station down the corner, if he likes this and this is what he wants to be, then he achieves success. If the mom, stay-at-home mom, is what she wants to be, then she achieves success. But if you are in a place that you hate and you keep complaining about this and every day, I hate this, then change it, then change it, right? So you need to do what you are passionate about and what you want to do. And it doesn't have to be affiliate marketing, whatever it is, go for it, go for it. And it doesn't have to be all in right away because you may have bills to pay. Either you don't have to quit your job. Do it part-time. There is a book, read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. It describes there exactly, you start it as a part-time, you build it up slowly, eventually you reach the level of the same income that you have in your job. Eventually you can decide and better to either quit your job or work less and but yeah, part-time.
Yeah.
And about what was the other question about buying time and
the affiliate marketing, please. Like, where's the best
yes,
place to learn? And I
yes, yes,
do,
yes,
as I said
yes,
before, people, that information for the academy is linked down below.
yes, 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 yes. So we have high standards about this, about how to get affiliate marketing. And honestly, I believe that what we offer, there is no other program right now that offers this price and everything that we offer, and the care that I have for my affiliates with daily support. I don't know any affiliate program right now that offers people daily support in chat from Monday to Friday, weekly coaching sessions every week, one-on-one coaching sessions. One of the biggest problems with affiliate marketing is that people buy a program, they spend a lot of money, it's a course, and they are left alone after that. They have questions, they go through the course, questions raise up, and they have nobody to ask. They reach to support, eventually they reply back with some little thing, but they also don't know because they are only working as support. They are not really the course creator or something, or a coach. And eventually they say, okay, you gotta pay more money and then you ask yourself, why did I pay them $3,000 if I don't speak to anyone? At least, yeah. So this is one of the biggest problems. But the fastest way to grow is from our academy, and also to buy time by investing into someone that has already achieved what you want to achieve.
Right.
People don't understand this. Either way, if you invest money or you invest time in learning it on your own through YouTube, through Google, through blogs, you still invest. And you still invest something, and you may also lose something. You either lose time and also money. If you want to do it on your own with YouTube and spending time on your own, and your goal, if you want to achieve $10,000 a month, and you spend 10 months watching YouTube videos, putting the pieces of the puzzle together, trying to understand how it works, and you make $0 in 10 months, you actually lost $60,000, $10,000 of 10 months, $100,000 in these 10 months because you haven't achieved your goal of making $10,000 a month, which you could have achieved if you would invest in a mentor. That probably been less than $10,000, and you'd be in profits now after 10 months later. So either way, people invest either way, either their time or either money. Money you can make back once you invested your time 10 months, that time you can't get back. But you can still buy time by getting a coach that has experience, that has walked away, and that can just tell you which pieces of the puzzle, how to complete the puzzle. This comes here, this comes here. And there's a very good example what a good coach does. If you want to put together a 1,000 pieces puzzle, a huge puzzle, you may start with putting the pieces together, and you may wonder how to do this and how it works. And a great coach come to you and he might say just this: did you know that such huge puzzles, you have to start from the edge and go through them in the middle? So from outside in the middle, this is how you make them. And only that thing can change your whole perspective about this puzzle, how to make it work. Same thing happens online as well. Just something that it may be in your blind spot, you may not see it, and someone tells you from the another perspective, you gotta do this. Stop talking about yourself in your content, talk about your prospect, and you will make much more sales. Boom, you change this, there it is, you make sales. So this is something that I encourage people to do, to invest. Don't be afraid to invest money into yourself. You are one of the biggest assets.
Right. Yeah. So we start out by talking about personal development. I think we're going to end by talking about that as well, because it's just so important to your overall success in life, in business, in general. I want to make sure that people can stay connected with you. So if you don't mind telling us where the best place to find you on social media is, so that people can continue this conversation, so that they can reach out to you if they're interested in learning more about the programs and services that you offer, and stay connected for the future awesome things that you're going to create as well. Do you want to let people know where they can find you?
Yes. You can find me on Facebook. This is where I'm the most active, on Facebook, and join my Facebook group. I guess you put the link in the bio with the Razvan Chirodea Academy/community. And you can join my Facebook group. There you can get access to me also in chat personally. And other than that, you can find me on YouTube and TikTok as my third platform. So Facebook and YouTube are the main Facebook, ones. YouTube, the primary ones. Exactly.
All right. Well, Razvan, I really appreciate it. This has been a great call. We've had a lot of deep topics to jump into, and I really appreciate you sharing your wealth and wisdom here for us today. Thanks.